Hi, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. It's a mini. Thank you so much for being here. Your support is amazing. I'm so grateful for it. I love that you are enjoying the minis. I'm enjoying doing them. Just a side note for anybody who's looking for any information on a private reading, if you just go into that drop box below, there is an email address, soulprint888 at gmail.com. That will just send a reading information request to that email, and I will be happy to send you all of the information that you need in order to make a decision. Right now, I have openings the week of the 18th of September and the week of the 23rd of September. So that's not a huge long wait if that's something you're interested in. Okay, so there's been a lot of chatter about the 14th Amendment and Section 3, and could that possibly keep Trump off the ballot, and what state's going to do what, and how's that going to work? So there was a lawyer who filed a claim, whatever it was called, basically saying that Trump was ineligible to run, and it got dismissed in court, but it only got dismissed because they said the lawyer didn't have standing. So now there are some states, I understand New Mexico, for example, is a state where just an average person can say, I don't want that person on the ballot. I don't think that they are qualified. In some states, just an everyday layperson can file that kind of a lawsuit. But apparently in Florida, a lawyer does not have standing. So I guess you would be looking at the Secretary of State, who is in charge of all things election. In any case, however this unfolds, you have to know it's going to end up getting fast-tracked through up the levels through the Supreme Court. This is not something that the standing of any lower court is going to be able to hold. It's going to have to get fast-tracked up to the Supreme Court. And my question is, what does the Supreme Court do with that? Like, really, what does the Supreme Court do with that? You have the Federalist Society, I believe it is, and two of their top scholars are saying he's not eligible. It's as simple as that. You also have these other interesting elements that are going on. Like, for example, because of all of the corruption that was unearthed with Trump, there's a lot of focus in a whole lot of other areas about that corruption, including ethics issues at the Supreme Court. Makes you think that they would like to kind of silence, get rid of, eliminate the root of this. Because let's face it, the Republicans got everything they wanted. They've got a really right-leaning Supreme Court. They've got all kinds of Republican judges from one end of the country to the other, although Biden is outpacing him, thank goodness. But what does the Supreme Court do with this? Let's see if we can find out. Here we go. Supreme Court, like SCOTUS, ruling, 14th Amendment, Section 3. SCOTUS ruling, 14th Amendment, Section 3. SCOTUS ruling, 14th Amendment, Section 3. I don't think this has been looked at yet in any way, shape, or form, so let's see what we can find out, shall we? Well, that took a while. All right, here we go. In some ways, this feels like a Hail Mary, right? Like it's almost too fantastic to believe it could be true. It almost seems too easy, that you just say, yeah, yeah, sorry, you can't go on the ballot. And that is a problem. And that is kind of the end of the Trump presidential run. Because if he can't be on the ballot in X number of states, pretty soon he's not. I don't know if you have to be on every ballot in every state. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? But in any case, it feels sort of fanciful, like maybe it's this long shot. Don't be so sure. Listen, this is going to not be a cakewalk. It's going to have to go through the court. And for some reason, um, I want to say that I thought I heard that by December 1st, so that would be this year, um, I think it's by December 1st. You have to make sure that you throw your name into the ring. I believe that's how it is. I'm not sure if there's a deadline for when you actually get on the ballot. Um, it's going to be a process. Okay, it's going to go through the levels. There are going to be two sides screaming differently, but remember, the side of the most powerful Republicans don't like this. They don't want him to continue to be around. He is now drawing attention to places and corners that they don't want attention drawn to. And so you have scholars literally on both sides of the aisle trying to work their way through this process. But you're going to have some of the best minds around going through it and sorting it out and trying to figure it out. And and both the best minds on both sides. Expect delays, expect some frustration. But ultimately, when it comes to the greedy king, there is going to be a judgment made that is going to cause celebration and a great sense of relief and comfort. Now, is that comfort coming to Trump? No, because the judgment is coming to Trump. So therefore, the happiness and the celebration is coming to those who are trying to get him off the ballot. It's looking like it's going to be a very, very balanced judgment. I think what you're going to see is you're going to see people at SCOTUS who don't want anybody paying any more attention to what they're doing and not doing. I think you could very well end up with a number of Republican justices voting to keep Trump off the ballot. There's going to be some back and forth about, well, whether he was actually found guilty of being part of the insurrection, but that's not what the Fourth Amendment, Section 3 says. It says taking part in. It doesn't say being found guilty of. It doesn't say, it says taking part in. So that is going to be a very, very interesting to watch this unfold. As I said, the really conservative Republicans who've been pushing for decades to try to reimagine the world, of their memories. Okay, the world of the 50s and 60s when they, as white entitled people, thought the world was just yucky. They've gotten what they want. All right. And I think that there is a prevailing wisdom out there. And this is among the power brokers, okay? This is among the people who choose to support or not choose to support a candidate, okay? This is about legal scholars. They're saying enough. Enough. He is trashing the party. He is destroying it. He has turned it into a cult. It's time to get him gone. And if this is the legal means to do so, I do believe that there's going to be a very strong Republican push quietly to encourage judges along the way to side kind of with the Constitution, with literally the words of the Constitution. So, yeah, I guess that's what that looks like. So that'll be kind of cool, right? Let's see if it's early days to make a prediction like this, but I made it. So let's just see how that unfolds. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the support. Your comments are brilliant. Thank you. And please don't forget to leave your questions in the comment section for tomorrow's Pendulum Friday. Have a good one. Bye-bye.